Bonnets are useful when we're sleeping so that our hairstyle doesn't get ruined once our head is rubbing up against the pillow, and when we wake up in the morning, it's not a frizzy mess. But some public spaces don't think it's appropriate in common areas. Tuskegee University in Alabama has set a new dress code banning bonnets, do-rags, and house slippers. And I think that's a good thing. Let me tell you why. Hi everyone, my name is Camila. Welcome to my channel. I talk about fashion, style, self-improvement, and so much more. So please be sure to subscribe. In this video, I want to talk about why wearing bonnets in public can only hurt you and not help you. Yes, that's right. It can hurt you. In July, Tuskegee University in Alabama banned bonnets, do-rags, and house slippers in common areas. The president of Tuskegee University stated in a campus-wide letter saying, "The university has developed a new policy for student attire on campus, classroom attendance, and cell phone use in classrooms. Tuskegee students now have a dress code for public and professional spaces. The student handbook requires students to arrive on campus with a business suit and proper shoes for a business meeting. Students are prohibited from wearing revealing clothing in class, to the cafeteria, or in official settings like convocation. They are also not able to wear bedroom shoes, bonnets, or do-rags to class or the cafeteria." And I think that's a good thing. Do you know why? Because the university wants to uphold a standard, and there is nothing wrong with that. Standards show that we are a quality institution. Tuskegee is not a cheap school. It costs thousands to attend every year. So why would they want their students to be set up for failure? Because walking everywhere in pajamas just is not realistic, and it's not going to get you far in the professional world. That is what higher education is for. They're there to teach you, to shepherd you, to mentor you for your future lives and careers. And if you're going everywhere in the bonnet, that's not presentable. I remember when I was in high school, we had business dress day, or some people call it dress for success day. So you had to dress in business professional clothes. It was either once a week or once a month, and you got extra credit and you got graded for it. And you did get constructive criticism. And I think there is nothing wrong with receiving constructive criticism. Not wearing pajamas and bedroom clothes and house clothes everywhere, it's not going to hurt you. It's actually going to help you. In psychology, appearance changes how people treat you because the human brain makes fast, subconscious judgments within milliseconds. Posture, grooming, fit, and facial cues act as immediate social signals that dictate how people classify you before you even speak. I think Tuskegee University is doing a great thing by really teaching the future generations and setting an example for other institutions, other colleges, maybe other workplaces, even individuals, high schools, middle schools. Imagine if you were at Tuskegee University and your professors had on bonnets and do-rags. The kitchen staff, instead of wearing hairnets, they had on shower caps and dirty beanies. Well, I guess they can because it covers their head. But what about if the cleaning crew, they all had bonnets on and house slippers? And that is just not university standards. There is a time and place for everything. And I think people forget that. There's a time for bedroom and house clothes, and there's a time for clothes when you are in a public space. Because whether we like it or not, why are we imposing our messiness onto other people? For example, when you wear a bonnet, do you think you're also wearing a blazer? No, you're not. You're probably wearing a negligee, itty bitty pajama shorts that your cheeks are hanging out of. And imagine seeing dozens of students walking like that through the hallways, through the cafeteria. Imagine guys with do-rags and dirty tank tops and pajama pants. I know not everyone looks sloppy in their pajamas. I don't think I do. However, some people might. And you have to understand, these universities have a lot of campus tours that they're conducting. And when visitors come on campus, they're visitors and prospective students, and they see droves of kids in nighttime, in bedtime clothes, they're gonna think like, I don't wanna go here. These people look sloppy. Tuskegee does not want that sloppy reputation. And guess what everyone has? Everyone has a camera. So someone on a tour can just be recording the courtyard. Wow, this is so pretty. And then they post it on social media. Who do you see walking throughout the courtyard? Everybody has on bonnets. Everyone has on do-rags, their house slippers, their night tees. And I think that Tuskegee is really challenging the students to put in some effort. What's wrong? There is nothing wrong with putting in effort. You are given a better impression when you are presented well, when you look presentable. Remember, everyone, first impressions matter. What type of lasting impression do you want to make? Is it you in a bonnet when you're in your classroom looking sloppy? I understand if there happens to be a fire drill at Tuskegee University at 7 a.m. in the morning and students are rolling out of bed. That's completely understandable, but they are setting the students up for success by teaching them professional standards. Otherwise, why bother going to college in the first place? So I know some people, they want to be lied to. They want to hear what they want to hear. And I just hope that these students are open to feedback, because it's only going to help them. Think about it. Looking presentable can only help you, not hurt you. You ever heard the saying that it's better to be overdressed versus underdressed? Now, would you go to a boardroom meeting in house clothes or bedtime clothes? I know you might go to the grocery store in bedtime clothes, but would you go to a job interview in bedtime clothes? Would you have a lunch with your professor in bedtime clothes? If you would, I really want you to rethink those decisions and why. I also want to give some alternatives to wearing bonnets. There are so many ways that we can wear headscarves as women. We can mix and match it with so many different outfits. We can dress them up, we can dress them down, we can play with color, we can play with the way we wrap it, we can add accessories. There's so many creative ways. Also, how about a messy bun? You can have a messy high bun or a low bun. That is also a really easy get up and go type of style. There's always the good old fashioned baseball cap or a beanie. Just try to stuff your hair into it, especially if your hair is shorter. Now, if you don't have any of those headpieces, I suggest that you go get those garments. Everyone has a bad hair day here and there. I would rather walk outside with my hair looking terrible with a decent outfit on versus walking outside with a bonnet on and house slippers, because I just know that is not the impression that I want to put forward. I want people to look at me and think that I am not a sloppy person, because I'm not. And Tuskegee University is really trying to set the standard for their students. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Comment the word bonnet if you watched the entire video and you made it to this point. And let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with Tuskegee University? Do you disagree with them? And how do you feel about, this ban that they have set in place? Thank you guys. Have a great one. Bye.